Right then, folks, here we go. We're back for another flipping impromptu video. I'm actually on the flipping bit loud, innit? Don't worry, I'm here for a reason. I'm actually on the way back from my Dodge and Squad challenge video, and I thought I'd quickly turn the camera back on to make a little bit of a video about braking, because it was quite a spicy discussion being had on the good old Motovlog forums about how many fingers to be using when you're braking. On about front brakes here, but as an example of what not braking looks like, well, this gentleman was clearly not using making effective use of his brakes. I mean, he must have come around that corner at Mach 10 to end up flipping barrel rolling into the bloody edges. I mean, look at him. Look at this. It's supposed to be the other way around, that car is, if you haven't noticed. It's just enjoying the whatchamacallit, the scenery. Let's start with the rear brakes, actually, because since this was what sparked the old discussion over use of the rear brakes, I'll show you what rear brakes are really supposed to be used for. Now, yeah, this looks alright. What you would use your rear brake for is something like this. If I was going to do a U-turn, I'd be indicator on, I'll be on rear brake, so I've got control over the throttle, doing my solder checks, and because I'm on the rear brake, I'm able to easily manoeuvre the bike. My feet are on the bike, they're not on the floor. Easily manoeuvre the bike because I'm controlling the bike with the rear brake. I'm riding the clutch a tiny bit, and that's what the rear brake's really for. Car parks and U-turns, stuff like that. You don't want to be using, like, if I was going to be, let's say there's a junction where the end of that fence post is. If I'm stopping at a junction, if I'm using my rear brake hard here, it ain't stopping me very quick. I mean, yeah, you might have a bike with good rear brakes, but if you're going to be pushing it that hard, it's going to lock up your wheel. The debate about how many fingers to be using on your front brake, yeah, I understand that some sport bikes, you're only going to need 2 fingers, or if you're off-road, you'd be using less fingers. But I've never been on a bike, I've ridden quite a few bikes, I've never been on a bike that only requires 2 fingers, ever. Like, coming up to this junction here, I'm going to be using all 4 fingers. All 4 of the buggers. I've got them for a reason, I may as well use them. And people would often say, oh yeah, but you'll squeeze it too hard and lock up the front wheel. No, only way you're going to do that is if you're flipping got the iron grip. If you're like He-Man or something. 90% of the time you're only going to be using the front brake. Now, in an emergency stop situation, and I'll try and find a little road to do one on. That industrial estate looks alright, doesn't it? But in an emergency stop situation, you're on paper supposed to use some rear brake, and I probably would, to be honest. Right, so we're going to do a little emergency stop on this road, and I'll show you. This is the case where you're on front brake and rear brake. So let's get up to about 30, or about 40, and then front brake, and then a little bit of rear at the end, and that's when you pull your clutch in. But emergency stops, that's the only time it'd actually come into proper road use sort of thing at higher speeds. But you don't want to be using the rear brake, not that much anyway. But yeah, 4 fingers, that's what I say, 4 fingers. Why do they make the levers long enough for 4 fingers? Ah, there you go. But I understand that some bikes have much, like I said, sport bikes have a lot better brakes and they'll have shorter levers, and yeah, 2 fingers will be fine. But saying that you won't have control over the steering if you're using 4 fingers is a load of rubbish, if you ask me. I just wanted to make this quick video so I could get involved in the debate, because I don't really want it to go on a keyboard flipping war. I'm not a keyboard warrior. I just wanted to get involved some way, so I thought I'd get creative, find a flipped over car and start there. I hope you enjoyed this little mini episode of Deauvlog about braking. It's a bit like a lesson, isn't it? I mean, if you liked it that much, I might even, I don't know, do it for something else. like manoeuvring or something. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm as good as the next person. Here's another good point to make. Why do they fit drum brakes to the back? It's because your front, with the weight distribution, your front's more effective. It's all for a reason. Yeah, I don't usually say this, but if you did like it, do give it a thumbs up, just so I know that I didn't waste my time and you actually enjoyed a little, whatchamacallit, a lesson. I don't know. My opinion. Everyone's got a different one. There's mine. So yeah, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, so then I'll know I could always do this again in the future. Do a how to find tractors. There we go. That'll be my next one. I'm going to end it there. It was only supposed to be a quick one, and the camera's probably going to run out of battery, so I'll catch you later. See you in the next one. Flipping the next Deauvlog. Or whatever I do. I don't know. The world is my oyster when I'm on the Deauville. This guy parallel parking. Let's watch how many times it takes him. Oh, contact. Oh, that's going to need a refurb. I'll ask him if he's interested in any powder coating.